and welcome back. I did not film an intro for this video because it was super windy. So in this video, I'm going to be introducing Avalon to a saddle blanket and some hula hoops and start desensitizing her. She has had a surfing go on one time before this, and she backs up a little bit when I cinch it up, but that's just her not being used to it. It's nowhere near tight enough that if it was a saddle I could climb on, so just keep that in mind when she backs up. It's literally tight enough just to hold it there if things go south. So here I'm just kind of flapping it around, getting her used to it, making it stay long. Even though it doesn't fit her right, I still leave it that way because that's the way a normal saddle pad is going to fit her. So I want her to get used to that feeling. When she backs up, I just follow her. So here I'm just kind of shaking the stir single, getting her used to that movement of it feeling, because when I climb into the saddle, I'm a bit of a klutz and it's gonna move some. So I want to prep her for that. And I love that she just kind of backs up slowly, has her ears slightly back, but then she kind of looks at me like, are you done yet? This is boring. So since she's never had a blanket on, I just kind of send her off. I do want to mention, I didn't lunge her as much as I normally do before I started this video. Of course, I brushed her and lunged her before this video. Normally, I give her about 10 to 15 minutes to calm down. She's one of those horses that when you put them in the round pen, they just want to run dead. They just don't care. They're just in a dead run. That's all they do. So I want to start working on new things and then incorporating that into the lunge. So hopefully she'll settle down. She's actually not going as fast as she normally would with this stuff on. So that's pretty good. That shows me that she's paying attention to everything new that's going on. So she's always been a little head shy, nothing too bad. So when she tightens the rope here, I'm just going to continue to hold until she lowers that head and softens that rope a little bit. There's no way of really preventing her hearing the noise, so that's kind of what I started off with this step, just to let her know that, hey, this makes noise and it's going to be coming near you. She lowered her head a little bit there, so I stopped, let her smell it, rubbed on her face a little bit with it, let her hear and see and feel it. I'm going to be tying these to the stir single if anybody's worried about if she bucks or anything like that, her leg getting caught in it. These are cheap dollar store ones, to the fact that I pulled one out of my tack room and it bent it almost in half. So that tells you how cheap they are. I'm just getting her used to them being all over her. Of course, I did both sides, and I tied that hula hoop up on her and walked her around at a distance in case she were to have a moment. I want to be at a safe distance that I'm not going to get jumped on top of. Walked her around a little bit, and then I did the same thing with the other hula hoop, which is slightly bigger. Both sides, the desensitizing, then I tied it onto her again. And I love whenever I'm doing something, she's got to turn and smell and see what I'm doing. She's so curious. Then again, I just lead her around a little bit, ask her to follow. Sometimes they can hold in their bucking or their kicking or anything that they're going to do reactively. Sometimes they can hold that in until they really move. So that's why I do this. So then I took her off the lead line and asked her to go out onto the circle. I love how dead she's walking. This is definitely not the mare that I remember bringing home from Arizona. And now she's strutting, really hearing those beads moving around, feeling some flapping. Very good thing. Next will be probably some pool noodles. I have a whole basket of treats, a whole basket of desensitizing objects. So if you guys want to see when I pull that out in the next day or two and tie a bunch of stuff to her, comment that down below. And it's all from the dollar store, so I could do like a dollar store desensitizing video if you guys are interested in that. So now we're cantering. Oh, this horse, she's fun. Love this here. You can see the hula hoop slapping all over her back, and all she does is slow down a pace. I love that her reactions are backing up and slowing down, whereas when I first brought her home, they were biting, charging, striking, rearing, things like that. So I love that she has settled down and she feels at home now. So here again, I'm just playing with them. You can see her ears are back, but there's really no other reaction besides her ears being back. And I don't even necessarily think they're pinned. I think she's more listening and trying to figure out what's happening. You know, she doesn't look like she's in a dead panic where she's freezing. So then after that, I did flip one at a time, both I flipped both hula hoops to one side and lunged around, walk, trot, canter, then went back and did the same thing the other side, and she didn't react, so I left that out. But I love this here that I just folded it up and threw the pad on her butt, and she literally just follows me and doesn't give a crap. Thanks for watching.